Hey, I'm back with another video.
I just need wood like Fortnite. This happy, this all white. Talk money then or talk nice. This my team, where's your guys?
So before this video gets started, I want to make sure y'all are subscribing to the couples channel. It will be down in the description box, and also make sure you are subscribed and you have your post notifications on for my channel and that couples channel, because we will be posting soon on that couples channel. But this is a story time. So, and a story time I had, well, you already seen story time I had. I got, fired from Chipotle. Now, mind you, I had just started Chipotle like 2 weeks ago. I'm hoping the video will be long enough, but basically, I got hired on the 3rd of September, and I started my first day September the 7th. So, and the pay period started on August, I think the 30th, I believe. I think it started August 30th. Okay. So, I did my training and stuff, which my training wasn't bad. And I'm sorry if I keep touching my hair, that's what I do. But the training wasn't bad or anything, I watched videos for like a day. Well, scratch that. It was bad. So basically, I watched the videos the first day, that was cool. And the second day, they had a girl train me. But mind you, she was cashier, so I was just sitting there the whole time where everybody was busy, And that day, they had one boy on the line by himself, and that was kind of a factor that was running in my head, am I going to work on myself, But basically, they didn't have nothing for me to do, so the manager was like, hey, can you bag chips? Now, mind you, like, this supposed to be like my second day of training. First day was watching videos. Second day was like, the second day of training was basically me, supposed to be learning how to, work on the line. But I made chips that day, Then they ended, I think it was either my second or third day, but I just got thrown in, She's like, hey, you're just going to have to work, And I was like, what? Because mind you, I don't know where none of the stuff was, And when I was back there doing my videos, I was just basically trying to, pay attention to it. But I was taking in all the basic notes, having, write down stuff. Basically, like I was in school taking notes and stuff, basically. But not taking notes, but I was filling like a little worksheet out. But anyway, so, I ended up, let's see, I can't remember. But I know the first night, I really didn't know what to, close. I mean, she showed me I would, close this and that, this and that, this and that, and that. But, I think the next day I was with this girl. She only worked 2-hour shift, but she was showing me, hey, this is what you close, this and that. The manager on the night shift, she was cool, But then, it was somebody supposed to be working with me. I was supposed to have a guy working with me, but he would call, he keep calling in, and then he would, wouldn't show. Then, after this pay period, after the pay period ended, I think on like the 17th, I believe, yeah, ended on the 17th, and then that's when I came to realization, he posted the next schedule. Hold on, let me just back a little bit. So, basically when you start training at a job, you're not going to get that many hours, because they're trying to, fit you in. But when he posted the new schedule, I was like, hey, I have bills, rent, car insurance, I was like, hey, does morning shift only get 8-hour shifts, 9-hour shifts, 7-hour shifts? And he was like, yeah, but you can ask people for the shift. And nobody's going to give away their, because, like, it's mainly, like, adults that work there, and nobody's going to give away their 8-hour shift, to not have a shift at all, or either nobody's not, going to trade you, And, I was okay. But then one day I ended up having, like, an anxiety attack, and I came late, Now, mind you, I was walking in the door when he was sitting there trying to call me, and then he was like, you can't let that happen. But mind you, when this man came to me to schedule my interview, I texted back, yeah, okay, because he wanted me to come at this time for my interview. This is when I came in for the interview. So he had got in contact with me, I think the 30th, I believe, the 30th, yeah, and asked me to come for my interview, Friday, but he didn't say what time. He didn't get back to me till September the 2nd, I think. No, September the 2nd or 1st, for me to come in for an interview. Like, that's a red flag right there, If you can't be professional enough to, schedule me an interview, get back to me, like, when, after you text me. I know I keep saying, you know, but like, it's a lot I'm trying to get out. But that was kind of a red flag right there. I was thinking, I was like, okay, it's kind of gonna be a big risk factor right there. If you can't text me back on, you know, text me, let me know when I'm coming for an interview, you know, how I'm supposed to, you know, reply to this number when, you know, I'm gonna be late. So maybe like just don't let it happen again. So my second time, you know, I was having like a little bit of, you know, I had woke up late a little bit, you know, and I was also kind of feeling kind of down that day. Because mind you, like, you know, I had been dealing with anxiety since, you know, I've been dealing with it for a while. And then I met a little issue happened, but that's in my life update video. I'll put it somewhere up here, you know, wherever I put it on the screen. But, you know, I brought it to your attention, you know, the first day when you interviewed me that I had, you know, anxiety, you know. And I told y'all the first time, so you'd be like, hey, you know, this and that. And then I was, you know, on my way there, I was texting, I was like, hey, you know, can I work morning shifts? I was going to ask, can I work morning shifts again? Because, you know, me being on there only like 2 weeks, you know, and I wasn't really scheduled that much. Like, I had like probably like 4 off days, and that was ridiculous, you know. And then also, like, I was only working like probably 6-hour shifts, 6 or 5 hour shifts. And they either only, you know, or sometimes 2-hour shifts, you know, I'd be off like 3 or 4 days. So, you know, that was another risk factor, not really making that. But I was making $12.50 an hour. But mind you, if you're not scheduling me, like, you're only scheduling me probably 3 days a week, you know, or either off 4 days a week, you know, and you only give me like 2-hour shifts, 5-hour shifts, 6-hour shifts. Now, mind you, I told you I had bills, you know, and also, like, I'm not getting the proper training that I need, and, you know, but I guess he didn't like, you know, the fact that I, you know, asked again. But basically he was like, well, unfortunately, he was like, thank you for your interest then, but unfortunately I cannot keep you as an employee, you know. Now, it's like, okay, it made me mad because, you know, I already knew it was going to be trouble with this manager, because you couldn't even get back to me on time for, like, to tell me when I come in for an interview, you know. That's probably like I've never seen a manager do that before, you know, like if you want somebody to come work for you, you give them a time. You should already have a time picked out. Hey, can you come out this time? Can you come in this time? You know, hey. But it took him like 2 days to get back to me for, like, you know, an interview. Now, mind you, like, if he would have did my interview the third, you know, he would have, you know, he texted me on the 30th, you know, and if he would have, you know, got me to come in probably that, let's say the 2nd or the 1st, and I probably wouldn't have been that far behind, like, the pay period, you know. But I really didn't start till like the 7th, so, you know. But I just think it's ridiculous, like, how you can fire somebody for, you know, wanting to ask to be on, like, the morning shift. Now, mind you, I'd already told them I had anxiety, you know, like, that's a medical issue. It's nothing to play with, you know. If I'm gonna be a little late, I'm gonna be a little late, you know. But I wasn't dependent on the text I wasn't dependent on that manager, you know, to get back to my text message, because, mind you, he couldn't get back to me that day to schedule my interview. So, you know, that was the, you know. And I'd also told my other, you know, manager, Melissa, about it. Well, not that situation, but about my anxiety, you know, because I take that very serious. Like, if I don't feel like driving, then I just don't want to get in that car, because I'm putting myself at risk. I'm putting somebody else's life at risk, you know. And, you know. But yeah, and excuse that noise, that's my refrigerator. It's been doing that. I don't know why. I guess the motor's like locking up or whatever. But I'm gonna have to get them to come look at it. But it just sucks because, like, this is a medical issue, you know, it's a medical reason, you know. And that shouldn't be taken, it should be taken very seriously, you know. You should be like, oh, hey, you know, do you need this? Now, someday, I think I probably had to call in once or twice, but that was it. But I came to work, I closed everything like I was supposed to. I didn't, you know, ask to leave during the shift, you know. And then sometimes I basically had to close by myself sometimes, you know, close the line by myself, you know. And I had to constantly have to ask, hey, do I keep this? Do I keep that? You know, throw this place in that, you know. And he probably only showed me one time how to roll the burrito, and I already knew how to roll it because I had, you know, figured it out myself, you know. But it was a good experience working there, you know, learning how to wrap burritos. The food was amazing, you know, but it sucks because, you know, you're my manager, you know. But it just sucks overall because, you know, I have bills and rent, you know, and you see I have a car right there, you know, I most likely have to pay car insurance, you know, and then you don't know if I have a car note or what, you know. So it just sucked that I got fired for, you know, asking, can I be on the morning shift, you know, like. But then I also asked for help, you know, but I seen, you know, like I'm still in a little app thing, the crew member app, but I seen, you know, that he's adding people onto the night shift now. It's like, okay, if you're going to add people, you could be like, okay, yeah, I got some help coming in, you know, just hang in there tight, instead of just saying, okay, well, I can't keep you as employee, you know, because, mind you, my anxiety acts up when I feel like I'm alone and I'm, like, overwhelmed, you know. Basically, you know, trying to work the line by yourself. And if you know Chipotle, you know, everybody loves the food, this and that, you know. And my boyfriend's mom sat in there with me she sat in there one day, you know, I didn't know she was there, and she was watching me, you know, having a roll and stuff, you know. And we had a whole bus come in. The manager was having to help me, you see what I'm saying? Like, you should always be prepared. You should always have, like, more employees on the line than, you know, than just one. And that even says in the videos, but I know I'm going to find another job. I know God has me in his hands, you know. But I do have an interview at Burlington on the 29th. I have another one, but, you know, basically, you know, I'm praying this one goes good. I'm praying they keep me, you know, it's getting towards the holiday time. Holiday, I think. I forgot how she said it. Seasonal hours, holiday hours, whatever. But if you enjoyed this video, don't give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, that bell. I was eating some Doritos, so that's my, you know, cheese on my finger. But hit the subscribe button, and be notified when I post. And also make sure you subscribe to the Couples channel, and you have your bell on there too. We are at, I think, 22 subscribers right now. I think, you know, so we're getting up there. But yeah, thank you for watching.
Talk money then or talk